to go back out and come back in. Because it shows offline. Oh. Okay, are you hearing anything at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are you hearing and seeing? Are we getting video and audio? Are you seeing the MaxTrack Live 826? Hi, Betty. Okay. I'm going to ignore where it says offline on the Facebook and the YouTube thingy. Okay. So, change in plans. The original plan is that I was going to be able to both stream and cut in at the same time. Apparently that's not going to work tonight. So until I have to go wall to wall, if we get a tornado warning, oops, microphone just fell out. If we get a tornado warning, which is our wall to wall protocol, then we'll be here and we can talk about what's going on. This system's finally coming together. It's a case of going to be delayed, not denied, I believe. So, with all that, we have got our first severe thunderstorm warning. So as we expand things out, right now the tornadic storms are around Bowling Green. We've got more approaching Owensboro and Paducah. And this is Paducah's second round. Excuse me. This is Paducah's second tornado warnings that they've had. So the storm that's now over Bowling Green was over Paducah a little while ago. Locally, the storms are finally firing where we've been expecting them to, out ahead of the main line. It took a while after the big storms earlier. So let's just get you up to speed. Severe thunderstorm warning, Scott County until 8:45, northern Woodford until 8:45, Franklin until 8:45, and the northern part of Anderson County until 8:45. You can also throw in southeastern parts of Shelby County. Wow. Southeastern part of Shelby County with that. Let me move. That's what I wanted to move. Let's put that down there. Scoot that over a little bit and leave that up there. I know we're taking up a lot of screen space here. So what wowed me there just for a second, where you see the BTI number, that's something called the Barron Tornado Index. That's proprietary within our radar here. And that's a very high number, 6.3. We don't normally see them up that high. What it tells you is there's a lot of shear available with these storms. It's taken a while to finally get these storms initiated and going, but they are now. And I think we're starting what is going to be a very active few hours here. So again, it's going to be a case where just stay weather aware, be ready to go to safe spots. There's the big picture. And again, you got storms up in Indiana. We're picking the storms up by Paducah and Owensboro off our radar. So let's go ahead and scan in. And again, just to tell you what we're doing, we'll be here on Facebook as long as we can. And if and when necessary, we will go over and do cut-ins on the TV side. If I'm sitting here, you will hear both. If I have to go over to the green screen, which again we would do for wall-to-wall coverage, then you won't. So I'm looking at that storm down in Anderson County. It's increasing its shear just outside the warning area, so around Dry Dock, you may be getting some pretty good winds coming in. Not really an association with the storm, although it looks like it's trying to get an inflow going here. My wife telling me my daughter gets off at 9. So again, it's trying to get a little bit of an inflow going in here with the main batch of the storms well north of the Parkway, in fact, north of Lawrenceburg, hugging there the Franklin-Anderson County line. We are in a situation where there's a lot of stuff going on. And with that, a lot of stuff going, still, well, I can't help the low audio. Doing the best I can here. Well, we can't say anything about NBC programming with all that. But again, I apologize for the low audio. we can again only do so much here. At least we got some audio going. Um, and the engineer, it's his Friday night, so he was kind enough. Paul was kind enough to call and help me get this far. Um, and so when you see my head turn dramatically that way, it's when something is starting to print. So that's kind of becoming a Pavlovian response. Okay, I'm dead. Okay. So I'm doing stuff here, and so this is just going to be you're this is not going to be anything quick and dirty. You're kind of here for the duration with us. Um, so what I was going to do real quickly here is go ahead and take you back to just kind of the overall situation. And with it, so they're getting the big picture once again. Tornado watch is up for the entire area until 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Central Time, for those who are in Russell County and Adair County and points to the west, because you may not be watching us at this point within the LEX 18 viewing area. So again, there is your overall setup. There's the big picture where you have tornado watches that run all the way from Arkansas to Ohio. Where you're seeing the purples, that's confirmed tornadoes on the ground. So you've got them south of Indianapolis, you've got one approaching Owensboro, and the other ones are radar indicated tornado warnings. That's in and around Bowling Green at the moment. So again, there is your tornado watch until 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Lightning from the storms. So again, vigorous lightning producers. That storm that's severely warned for, going through Franklin and Scott County, Anderson County, Woodford County. You see again, it's producing a lot of lightning at this point. Wanted to check in real quick, well, just to kind of also update you on from the Storm Prediction Center that indeed that moderate risk of severe weather is still there and finally beginning to get going after that the big storms early today, then that lull during the latter part of the day. We were talking about these things. These come from the Storm Prediction Center, and what they mean. So the tornado risk. When you're up to, we're between, from I-75 west, between 15 and 30% chance, 25 miles from any given point. So that would be if you were in Lexington, that would be to northern Scott County, to Frankfort basically, to about Harrodsburg. So within that circle, there is a 15 to 30% chance of getting a tornado within that point. I know it's a lot of numbers. Just know that when you see the 15 show up on a tornado risk, that again is kind of a big deal. And it certainly draws a weather guy's attention. Now the other thing going on with this, that's for any tornado potential. They also have the high end alert. And we've been talking about this being a high end day. The ceiling was high. There's a 10% chance covering most of the area within 25 miles of a point, EF2 or greater. Now, the threat is going to be greater when we look out toward, you connect on that, when we look out toward, there it is, western Kentucky out here. The threat is greater here. But that said, it's still reasonably high getting into central Kentucky as well. That's one aspect of this. High wind potential. And again, you're seeing numbers 45 to 60% chance of a wind gust 57 miles per hour or greater. Again, big number when you're looking at a probability like that. But the other thing with this is how much real estate has a 10% chance of hurricane force winds, 74 miles per hour or greater within 25 miles of a point. That's when you start getting into the big damage potentials. And also with these, we are looking at the hail from these storms. Well, I'm glad I'm checking this now because my stuff is acting up. Gremlins have gotten into the system. Yeah, that is definitely locked. Oh my goodness. I may have to do another BRB here. Because, yeah, that is definitely not doing anything. Well, that's interesting. So we're still definitely stuck on that. Yeah, my clicker has stopped clicking. And even a manual is trying to do that. So the bottom line at the moment, folks, is stay weather aware. This is going to be a situation for the next few hours where we're going to see severe weather as a strong potential out of this. Yeah, we are definitely locked. Yikes. Okay, move that. Now we're just trying things. So, I wonder if I can close it that way and reopen it. I've given you the kind of the update here, and I want to get the technical stuff here worked out before stuff gets more active. So again, I apologize for having to bug out here, but sometimes the gremlins get into the system. So you will get your advisories over Facebook and Twitter, and of course, if a tornado happens, we are wall to wall on 18. The nice thing is I also have a backup computer if I need it. So the bottom line is keep aware of the warnings, keep your Storm Tracker weather app handy. If I get a chance, I will come back. But let me go ahead and get this fixed. And I know the tornado warnings are down in Bowling Green. Do not panic, Cassie. So again, be prepared, not scared.